Hey folks, Deano here again. This time with something I haven't looked at in a while. Yeah, seems the low quality bootleg scene sort of vanishes for like 9 months out of the year, and then the other three they just churn out rubbish. Well, I say that, like some of them have been okay, like the Mecha Freezer that came out, but yeah, scrolling through AliExpress as I always do, and yeah, I noticed Super 17 right here, for sale for a suspiciously low price, which usually means a bootleg is inbound. And I was correct. So yeah, I ordered it, got him here, and I mean, I have to say, for a bootleg, a low quality one at that, he's actually not terrible. Like, we'll go into more details soon. There is one, like, massive issue with him, in that he is not massive, but yeah, we'll get into that shortly. Yeah, as you will notice, I did not get a box. This time I did not ask for a box, although this time I did not expect to not get some of the accessories. AliExpress sellers at it again. Yeah, this time I didn't even get it in the clamshell. The guy just sent it in a baggie. Like, yeah, the parts I am speaking about are the parts that go into his what is it, electro ball? Something like that. I can never remember the names of Super 17's attacks. I can remember Omegas and Babies, but I cannot remember Super 17's. So yeah, again, there is a reason there is a pink rod sticking out of the edge of that, and that's because those are the parts that went missing. Yeah, there was absolutely no way of me attaching it to the hand without doing some sort of modification. So yeah, usual shenanigans with low quality bootlegs. Obviously, link will be in the description if you wish to purchase this guy, unless you really don't want to fork out the prices for the real one. I don't really recommend this guy. He's decent, he'll be good in the back of your collection, but yeah, let's just get into the review and we will see why, shall we? So, I have just noticed I am missing another accessory. Yay for this seller. I'll definitely not be putting you in the description. A link will be in the description to purchase this guy, by the way. Just not by the seller I purchased from. So, yeah. I am missing one of the energy absorption hands with the red sort of ball. If you will focus, thank you. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but I don't really plan on posing him that way anyway. But yeah, you do, well, you're supposed to get everything the original comes with. I didn't, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you get 4 faces, which I will be honest, kind of looks more like Sloth from the Goonies than Super 17. Yeah, they are all very scrunched up faces, shall we say. When you compare it to the official one, which really looks the part, yeah, not quite right. Although I will be checking to see if the official faces fit on this guy. Hopefully they do, which would at least give us a reason to purchase them. But yeah, 4 faces: stern face, smirk face, teeth gritted or chewing a wasp, as I like to call it instead, and full-on yelling face. Ironically, the yelling face is probably the best at the bunch, even though, like, usually the yelling face is the weakest. But yeah, fun. We are supposed to get 5 pairs of hands. I have 4 pairs of hands here and a loose one. So we get pair of fists, pair of relaxed hands, pair of grippy martial arts style hands, a pair of open key blast style hands with a hole in the middle for attaching the effect piece. We get two hairpieces here, one standard and one windswept. Thankfully they came off very easily, so not much risk of those breaking despite how small the pegs are on the hair, which is good. We get the electroshock ball, or whatever it's called, although for whatever reason they didn't even bother using the same correct colours. Yeah, this one looks more like Baby's Revenge Death Ball to me. Plus, I literally touched it and the thing fell apart. It fell into two pieces. So, yeah, those smudges there, that was super glue, me trying to hold this together. Yay for low quality bootlegs. But yeah, it's made the same way as the official. It's just nowhere near the correct colours. If I bring in the original, yeah, you can see right there. It would even work, I think, as the minus energy Powerball from Omega Shenron. Although I think that had the same pinkish colour as the standard version. But yeah, something to keep in mind. Obviously, this is not official. What I did was standard Gunpla Ingenuity. Yeah, I got a Beam Saber runner, cut a little piece off, because yeah, I figured out that the size of these runners is actually the correct width for the hand. Pegs in perfectly. Unfortunately, I didn't find a clear runner, or I would have used that, but pink is close enough. You don't really notice it all that much. Yeah, I just cut it to length, cut it to size, and super glued it in. So yeah, just in case any of you come across the same issue I did. And finally, we get this, which is I mean, it's good that it comes with it. The Kid Goku sort of face. You will notice something missing though, in that it didn't come with the Shenron effect for the background. Yeah, this seller has a lot to answer for. He really does. He's either thrown out or pinched like almost half a dozen accessories at this point. So yeah, but it looks the part. I'll be checking to see if this actually fits in the Kid Goku head, because that peg hole is not filling me with much hope. Plus, yeah, the faces. This one looks like he's got a bloody nose. Yeah, Super 17's socked him in the jaw beforehand with this version. Plus, it's all scuffed and yeah, not great. But yeah, at the very least, if you can exchange the faces and put it on the official body, would make that passable, I suppose. But yeah, that's it for accessories. Let's take a look at the figure. So yeah, for the most part, putting the parts onto this guy, it's actually fairly easily. You get pegs on the back of his hair. All you have to do is match up the angle that these go and simply slot them on. And yeah, like I said before, not much risk of these parts breaking because they are fairly easily popped on and off, which is good. And the ball joints themselves are quite tight. Putting on the face, simple as popping that off, popping the face itself on, and popping the front bangs back on. The front bangs do tend to suffocate them a little. The same was true of the official, even though these ones are a bit more chunky looking, for lack of a better word. But yeah, holds on nicely enough. The fists, thankfully are quite easy to pop on and off. I am not sure about the other hands. In fact, let's quickly bring one in here, see if those are just as tight. Nope, those pop in easily as well. That is good. Because the one thing I hate doing with these low quality bootlegs is replacing the fists or the hands, because 9 times out of 10 they break on me, usually on camera. But yeah, that actually works pretty well. I do appreciate that. So yeah, talking about the figure itself, I don't really have much to complain about, honestly. Like, everything is there that should be. Granted, the glaring issue that I will bring up in a second when we do the comparisons. Yeah, mostly everything is where it should be. And the paint apps are applied cleanly. There are no horrible bits, although the boots could do with being a bit shinier. They are not as shiny as the official. But yeah, overall, like, you can't really fault the paint apps on this. For being like a 15 quid bootleg, I am kind of impressed by that. Like, so far the only thing really letting this figure down is its faces. Like, honestly. But yeah, main difference that I can tell straight off the bat is his shoulder joints. The official, they are skin tone. On this one, they are, for whatever reason, the colour of his torso. Yeah, aside from that, not too bad. Quite strange in the fact that his elbows appear to be the same colour as the torso as well, and of the gloves, instead of being the blue that they're supposed to be. I will say, when I first got this guy yesterday, this shoulder wasn't going in all the way, like it was going as far as that. I popped it off, which was surprisingly easy to do, and figured out whoever had assembled it put the shoulders on upside down. So yeah, I just swiveled the shoulder joint around, popped it back together, and it worked perfectly fine. So yeah, but yeah, overall, the details of this guy, really not bad at all. There's even like a airbrushing on the sort of legs, which is very surprising. Right, fair enough, it doesn't go all the way to his crotch or the hips, but it's still there. Like, can't deny that bit. So yeah, I'm struggling to find anything to say negative about this guy. Like, honestly. So before we do articulation, let's bring in the official, and you will see the main issue I have with it is the scale. Yeah, straight off the bat, he is smaller. He is, what do you say? What do you guys say? Gen Z. He's giving off little brother energy. I probably made a lot of people groan there, but yeah, it's the main issue is indeed with the scale. Obviously, side by side, there is no real comparison here. Like, the official one is far better, but this one is not bad by any means. If you didn't have both in front of you, or if I didn't have both in front of me, I honestly really wouldn't have been able to tell. I also just noticed, like, his entire arm is supposed to be the green colour, so I'm not entirely sure why the bootleg's arms are the colour of his jeans instead. I've only just noticed that. Yeah, kind of strange, but overall, it wasn't something I noticed until I put them side by side again. So yeah, one other thing I do want to check is his arms, do they come off? Because that is a little known feature of Super 17, is that his arms come off for the Android 16 style cannon. They do. Okay. Not painted inside, but I don't think the official one is either. That is still a ball joint as well, so that pops on and off fairly easily. What about this side? This side is a bit more tight. I think that one might be stuck. Oh, there we go. There we go. It just needed a bit of a coaxing there. Yeah, both sides pop off. This side was a bit tight, but we got there in the end. What about in this guy? Are they painted? I don't think they are, if I remember correctly. Oh, well, yeah. I was completely wrong on that assumption. So yeah, the official one is painted. The bootleg is not. Although that's probably for the best, because if the bootleg company would have painted him, it would have probably just fused the plastic and we would have never been able to take them off. So you win some, you lose some, I suppose. But yeah, overall, proportion-wise, the official takes it easily. But if you did not have both in front of you, probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, let's be honest. Especially with the smaller scale that the GT line is running, just in general. So yeah, really, really nice. I like it. So let's pop this guy back a little. Quickly bring in Goku here. In fact, let's quickly compare it to the official to see. So right off the bat, skin tones are different. Also looks as if the size of the head is slightly smaller. Also feels lighter. Plus, yeah, like I said, I think I can leave that one on, but this one I'll pop it off just to see. Yeah, the peg hole on this, I'm not holding out much hope for that fitting. That will probably require some drilling to get that working. Let's see if the official faces fit on this bootleg head. Hopefully they do. Yep, they do. They do. That is very good to see. Pop that in. And yeah, that works. Works fairly well. Put it back in there. And moment of truth. Does the bootleg head fit? It's not going to. I can already tell you. Yeah, that ain't fitting without modification at all. The peg hole is just too small. So yeah, bit of a shame there. But then that is what happens when these bootleg companies just literally take the mold, remold it, and it ends up a smaller scale because they haven't accounted for like other things. But yeah, a shame about that, but you can obviously drill it out to see. So yeah, let's get into articulation, shall we? So head, obviously these parts move out the way, so he can look up fairly well, same as the official one can. These are still on ball pegs, so yeah, if you ran into the same issue I had with the official, where one of these was missing, this bootleg would solve that issue. If I wouldn't have been able to send mine back to get a replacement, this would have came in very handy for me. We can look down, decent amount, not terrible, but gets the job done. Swivel side to side and pivot and all the rest of it. I believe it's just, yeah, double barbell joint. So standard 3.0 style peg. So it does everything it needs to do. Scarf does get in the way though. Arms can go up really well. Surprisingly enough, the entire like butterfly joint assembly has been copied one for one here. So yeah, although the side is popping apart somewhat. But yeah, the entire thing is still there. They have not skimped out on that, which is very, very surprising. In terms of butterfly joint itself, we can still get the same insane range that Super 17 can get. So there is no difference there at all. Bicep swivel, like so. Double joint at the elbow, gets past 90. Ball hinge at the wrist. Standard stuff so far. Waist can go back that far. Can go forward a decent amount. Still lots of pivot and swivel and all that good stuff at the abs and waist. He can kind of do the splits, kind of stops right there. Same sort of issue with most of these cheap 3.0 bootlegs, in that the hinge system just doesn't seem to hold up very well over time. This is just from me playing about with it since yesterday, and it's already went loose. So, a bit disappointing. He can kick forward, but that can't get kicked back at all. Thigh rotation, right there. Does it have the same ball joint system here? It does. Okay, nice. They haven't skimped out on that either. Double joint at the knee. Gets decent enough range. That is getting looser by the second. Feet can go back that much. Not forward much at all. Ankle pivot gets to bit there. And to articulation. So yeah, I have also noticed a bit of warping on this knee here. It doesn't seem to be straight on, but it doesn't affect anything. He says that the entire front cap just came off there. Okay, there we go, sorted. So yeah, overall, like, I can't really fault it. Like, if you can't get Super 17 at retail, which I know he's steadily climbing in price, then yeah, get this guy. I have kind of changed my mind on him, but if you planned on getting the official, I would still get the official, purely because it is an excellent figure in its own right. It just yeah, it was a niche character at the time. Well, I say niche, like, it's not like it was like a niche character. He's the so-called weakest of the 3 GT villains in a Dragon Ball GT. But yeah, a lot of people like him. Let's see if the official faces fit. That popped on actually quite well. Okay. Yeah, that fits absolutely fine. So yeah, if you don't like the Goonies sloth faces that comes with this guy, and you have the official, for whatever reason you wanted a duplicate, the faces do indeed fit. So yeah, good to know. They actually fit better than the ones that come with a figure. That is kind of strange, kind of bizarre, honestly. Quite difficult to get out though. There we go. So yeah, guys, overall, if you are needing parts for your official, or you're just wanting a cheap Super 17, you don't want to splash out on the prices he's costing nowadays, then yeah, I would definitely say get this guy. He makes for a fairly decent stand-in. He really does. So yeah, guys, I'll leave a link in the description below if you wish to purchase them. Leave a like if you enjoyed, as per usual. And yeah, pop that guy back together. And overall, guys, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. So yeah, guys, until next time, I'll see y'all later.